Yo, what's good, my people? We are back with another video. Okay, another reaction. Hope you guys are having a good grand rising day today. Grand rising. Should have said that first, but that's grand rising to my people. We are back. Okay, with another TikTok reaction to the peace, abundance, prosperity, good health, all that good stuff your way. And we're not gonna make this intro too long, so let's go ahead and get into these clips. All right, let's go ahead and get into it now. Hold on.
I saw the and look at it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna yell at him.
No, we're, of course not.
I want the sweater. Look at
That is
it.
a
Wait for it.
warm
Wait for it.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What?
Oh, really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody.
Look at his face. Look at his reaction.
is
He's
it?
trying to pull it back.
Making the.
Making the
Look,
world
look,
more
look, listen.
connected.
Oh my God! It's like a secret
Cool.
vault.
Yo, look at his face.
Making the world open and connected. Stream
She's
graph
letting.
platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
Yo. And he pulls it. He pulls it off.
No, it's
He's like, no, give me it back. Yeah, fam. Come on. It's so obvious sometimes. Like, especially these super rich people. It's so obvious they gotta be part of something.
They have to be.
Come on,
Damn.
man. Come on. I saw this other video too. It was of Mark Zuckerberg, actually.
I've been looking for this video for a minute. Hey, pay attention. Watch this video. It's giving you some deep insight on what I believe, on why we here, and what we're supposed to be doing.
I saw
So
this
tell
video.
me,
This is a good
out of
video.
everything you've ever done, what's the craziest experience you've ever had? That's easy. Earth. Earth? You went to Earth? I did. No way. You were a human? I was. Wow. Are the stories about Earth true? Were they really trapped on Earth? Some were. I know because I was one of the volunteers. Wait a second. You volunteered to go to Earth? I did. I had to. I had family trapped on Earth. But how could you get trapped on Earth? You had to be there to understand. On Earth, you wouldn't remember anything. What do you mean you wouldn't remember anything? I mean, you would have no memory of anything. You wouldn't even remember existing before Earth. What? How is that possible? It was designed that way. It was brilliant. To dive as deeply as possible into such ignorance, such darkness, and still find your way back to remembering who you were, that took true mastery. Wow. I still can't believe you went to Earth. Tell me more. Well, Earth had its own set of laws that everyone agreed to experience, like gravity. What goes up must come down, like linear time. Day is followed by night. Time? What's time? You know how when we think of something, it manifests instantly? Well, on Earth, there was a delay. The delay is what made Earth so difficult. Interesting. Time. So tell me more. Before going to Earth, you would choose your family, whether you wanted to be male or female, what race you wanted to be, the location on the planet, things like that. Oh, so you could choose your own character. Exactly. You would enter the Earth as a baby and be completely dependent on others to teach you the rules. But since nobody could remember the rules, they made up their own rules, based on fear and giving your power away to others. That doesn't sound like much fun. It wasn't for everyone. What did you do while portions of you were on Earth? I watched them. It was pretty funny. What was so funny? Here were these magnificent beings, playing the most unique and cutting-edge experience in the universe, and they were clueless. I tried to guide them as much as possible. Wait a second, you could communicate with them? Yes, but they couldn't hear me. I would show them synchronicities, or send them impulses to help guide them, but they couldn't see the signs. Why not? They didn't trust themselves. So is that why they sent out a call for help? Exactly. Is that when you went? No, I didn't go until later. First volunteers, they had it the worst. What do you mean, had it the worst? Well, they killed them. What? They killed the volunteers. They killed them? Those on Earth couldn't understand what the volunteers were telling them. The idea that they were equal to the volunteers scared them. What were they telling them? Common sense stuff like, All the answers you seek are inside you. Everything I can do, you can do and more. So they killed them? And then they twisted the volunteers' message and created even more fear. What do you mean more fear? Like the message, God is inside you, was turned into, you are separate from God. The message, all the answers you seek are inside you, was twisted into, you can't trust yourself. And they believed it? It was out of control. How could they believe that? You had to be there to understand. Did you know they actually believed that they were the only intelligent life in the universe? Now that's funny. Pretty crazy, I know. So then what happened? The designers knew Earth was going to enter a section of the galaxy that humans had never experienced before. A section filled with a frequency that might be able to reconnect the human's DNA. What was wrong with their DNA? It didn't work anymore. The thing is, their DNA was how they connected with their higher self. So that's why your incarnations couldn't hear you. Exactly. But there was a catch with the new plan. Only those incarnated on Earth could tune in to these new frequencies. Oh, so they needed more volunteers. Yes, but this time they were taking no chances. To pull this off, they needed millions in the physical form, wired and ready to attune to these frequencies. Are these the 21st century humans that all the stories are about? Yep. We volunteered from every corner of the universe to help the humans wake up. What did the volunteers have to do once they got there? We had to wake ourselves up, attune to these frequencies, and spread them to the rest of the planet. That sounds impossible. Most of those watching the Earth experiment didn't think we could pull it off. So, what happened when you got to Earth? Once on Earth, we were taught the same fear-based beliefs that had been handed down for eons. We lived just like everyone else, totally clueless to who we were and what was getting ready to happen. But as soon as the Earth entered this cloud of frequencies, we started to question everything.
I've been looking for this video for a minute.
Nah, that was a good video right there, man. Good video right there. If you understand, man, where they coming from. But, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody is a volunteer, you know? Some people just here to just be asleep forever and, you know, go along with what they was taught from the Bible and stuff like that. They don't really have outside the box thinking, you know. They just like being closed in that box and that's it. But you got the volunteers. We come back, we're like, nah, bro, that's not how. You know what I'm saying? We can see right through that. Like, you finna let me out this box and make me think bigger than this. Like, you know, like how they said, God is separate from you. God is not separate from you at all. You are God, my boy. Lady, L, like, come on, man, cut that out. But that's my thoughts on that right there, man. Let me know what you guys think about that clip right there. That was a good clip. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my favorite clips right there. All right, let's get into the next video.
Nigga, my pops didn't break out of his depression, bro, until a few years ago. He went through my most impressionable years where I needed him. He was depressed, bro. He was going through life. Life was beating his ass. And he didn't know how to come out of it because nobody taught him how to come out of it. Nobody taught him that it's okay to be depressed. Nobody taught him that it's okay to be fucked up. You feel me? These emotions are natural. You feel me? But where niggas fuck up at, we're not taught how to process. We're taught how to, not even how to feel the shit. Niggas just go through life. Nigga, my pops didn't break out of his depression, bro, until a few years.
You can't just sit in your depression at all, but you gotta accept it. Like, okay, yeah, I'm depressed. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep moving forward as well. Gotta try to find stuff that I won't even say happy, but just bring you joy for this. Because there's no such thing as happiness. I don't believe in happiness or happy. You can have joyful moments. Because every day is not about to be a happy day. Just saying. Because, you know, life is just doing life. Life gonna do what life gonna do. Simple as that, man. But, depression, yeah, that's real. Depression is definitely real, for sure. Gotta take your time with that one. For real, for real.
Deep inside, you have a strong desire waiting to be
Saw this already.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys know about the 1997 Alien tape that was released by a whistleblower known as the name of Victor? Today we will get to the bottom of this in a 2-part series. We will look at this video, dissect this video, and then see if this video was authentic or just a hoax. You be the judge.
Your purpose in releasing this tape to expose Area 51 to the world?
My purpose is to expose the existence of the aliens, not compromise these individuals. I made the decision to come forward. I'm taking precautions to protect my own identity, and I don't think it's fair for me to put these others in danger of exposure. In any case, the interview on the tape went nowhere. It was interrupted, as you'll see.
Can you describe for us what we're seeing?
Alright, we're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at Biosafety Level 2, the lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact, you can see here, the alien is beginning to flag. The interview was not going well. The telepath was trying to clarify some points from a previous interview, but he wasn't receiving coherent responses. As you can see, the being is in real distress. At this point, the telepath is sending out a message to the medical staff. He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response. There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between his space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the right. The medical staff should be there by now. They're slow in responding. There they are. I have to say the medical personnel at S4 are less than first rate. They tend to be selected for their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical competence. By the way, he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact he's checking for hemorrhaging around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to watch this.
Videos like that.
This man is going around throwing crosses on stage at demonic concerts. I'll show you the full clips in a second, but first he went to a Playboi Carti concert, and recently he did it at a Lil Uzi Vert concert. So Playboi Carti, just like Lil Uzi, always has upside down crosses at his concerts. I mean, he even has the word Satan tattooed on his neck. Even his merch straight up has Baphomet and the pentagram and all the symbolism on it. So the video's kind of hard to see, so I'm just gonna explain what's going on. This guy goes to the very front of Playboi Carti's concert and holds a cross up in his face, and then they show his reactions saying that he stared at him for 2 straight songs. And recently he did it at Uzi's concert, except he threw it on stage. And if you saw my most recent video, there was some weird dark stuff going on at this concert, like some type of ritual of repeating his name. And he's the same way as Carti. He loves his upside down crosses. So he goes to the very front of the stage like he did last time, throws it to him, He actually catches it, but he immediately flips it upside down. Now I'm telling you, for him to do that immediately, I mean, there's gotta be some reasoning for that. He looks back at the guy who's giving him a thumbs up, and then Uzi gives him a thumbs up back. This man is going around throwing crosses on stage at
Grand Rising.
Saw that. Saw that. Saw that.
Now I need y'all to be highly vigilant and highly aware. We have people that are casting spells over the food in the supermarkets. Yes, you heard me right. Let's get into the video. Now let's watch and pay attention. Look at this old lady. Pay attention to what she's doing. Y'all see that, right? She casting spells over the food. And then she's going to the next one. Then after the people buy the food and they eat it, then they start to wonder why they having these mental blockages. It's also very important that you do some kind of spiritual protection over your food. That's why you pray before you eat. Because you got other people that's praying over your food before you eat, but instead they praying that it cause harm to you spiritually. I'm just saying, y'all know we in a spiritual warfare right now, so y'all gotta stay tapped in, because you can't even trust the food right now. Let me know what y'all think about this old lady casting spells over the food in the grocery store in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. And follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content. Peace.
Isn't it interesting how every country has signed the Antarctic Treaty? Common sense and logical thinking tells me that they definitely have something major going on over there. Because nobody can visit unless they sign papers and have permission to go over there. And we all know Antarctica for its huge ice wall, meaning we are in an enclosed system surrounded by the ice wall. So my logical guess is there is something major taking place over there in Antarctica that they don't want the collective to see or know about. And if you ask me, Antarctica would be the perfect place for them to experiment, and it would be the perfect place to test on extraterrestrial creatures. It literally just makes sense. And it seems like every country wants a piece of what's taking place in Antarctica. And I personally think this is somewhat of what our map actually looks like. We're in the middle in an enclosed system, and outside of the ice wall is extraterrestrial land. And there are other ice walls outside of our ice wall. And this is where extraterrestrials will be coming from, either beyond the ice wall or in the ocean. And that honestly could be the exact reason as to why they don't want people traveling over there, because they don't want people to see what they have taking place. And it gets even more interesting that Buzz Aldrin tweeted this: "We're all in danger. It is evil itself." And that was when he went to Antarctica and he saw something and had a heart attack. And this right here should speak enough volume as to why they don't want people going over there. Do y'all think they have something extraterrestrial-like taking place over there, and that's the reason why they don't want people going over there? Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comments. Isn't it interesting how...
This video is created to bring awareness to you and your surrounding. Thanks to this lady, she noticed that her neighbor was holding someone as captive.
You know he's in there for cash?
I know for a fact.
Yeah. You take your dope.
I swear to God, go ahead. Please. I don't know what's wrong with this girl.
Oh, there's a girl in there with him?
Yes. There's a girl in there. She's very small and slim. My husband said he didn't really get a look at her. He's yelling at her.
So they hear him yelling at her and saying all kinds of things. But just watch this. They find the girl and they rescue her.
Williams, it's Jackson Police Department. This is your last chance. Hands up!
Hey, just keep coming. Watch your step. Right there. You get that?
Okay, what do you need to get down?
Well, he had her up there in the loft. The only way to get up there is a ladder. Are you kidding me, bro?
Thompson? How far away is that?
Like, 30 minutes with the assistant sergeant.
Why don't you have a sit right?
Jesus, girl. I don't know if that's a girl or... Yeah, I don't know if that's a girl or woman. In the face, it looks like a little girl, but she talks like a woman. What? You see her eyes, y'all? So you guys need to be vigilant. Watch your surroundings. You know, watch your neighbors. Know who's in your community. You know what I'm saying? Because this could have been avoided. But thank you to that lady for paying attention. Let's get it. This video is created to bring awareness to you and your surrounding. Thanks to...
You have to understand when to do things and when not to. For instance, when to...
There's a theory that in Home Alone, Kevin, he was actually left at home on purpose. So...
Alright, Dad. Teach me how to activate my root chakra.
Hold on. I need to check how unbalanced your root is before I can teach you. Just answer these questions.
Okay.
Alright, how anxious do you feel in everyday life on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
How depressed do you feel in everyday life on a scale of 1 to 10?
When I'm not anxious, like 8.
Do you often get into arguments over things that don't matter?
Well, they matter to me.
Okay, last one. How was your childhood?
Traumatic, Dad. I think I suffer from abandonment issues because of you.
Okay, you're done. We need to do some serious work on this chakra.
Really? What's wrong with it?
Your root is hella imbalanced, son, and it's causing you to live in constant survival mode or deep depression.
But how do you know it's because of my root chakra?
Son, this chakra deals with survival and security. You see, it's the first chakra to develop within your body and is your sense of safety. As a result, many of your inner child experiences get imprinted onto the root chakra. So if you or even your ancestors were subject to great amounts of fear or uncertainty, this will manifest as a blocked root chakra.
That's so trippy. So how do I balance it?
Remember how I said that the chakras are like the gates to the dimensions of our perception?
Yeah, last episode.
Well, the root chakra is only concerned with basic survival. So to activate its deeply powerful energy, you must become in tune with your physical being. In other words, get out of your head.
All that for some basic ass advice. Thanks, Dad.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, son. The root chakra is merely the start of your spiritual awakening, the building blocks of your Kundalini energy. In indigenous times, we would be ultra present in our physical reality and use our Muladhara energy to simply survive and maintain our health. But since we live in the age of convenience, we've stopped caring about basic survival and instead misdirect our energy into egoic matters like politics or social media or even our own relationships.
Is that why I get so offended by things I see online? Because my ego associates its survival with other people's opinions.
Well, exactly. How do you expect to spiritually awaken if you're treating everything as life or death?
Oh, I get it now. I've never acknowledged that everything is divine in the present moment. Someone with a balanced root chakra rarely gets sucked into survival mode because they're too busy being in their physical reality. Dad, could you give me some practices to help align my root chakra?
Well, the Shilajit is a great start, but for 1 month, become consistent in taking care of yourself. Develop a morning and night routine, connect to nature, exercise, but above all, begin to transcend your current perspective by trying to understand situations. Create the conditions necessary to transmute your root energy into the next chakra, the sacral chakra.
Hey, shout out to
Alright, Dad. Teach me how to activate my root.
If your pineal...
Alright, Dad.
If your pineal gland is not calcified, all the things you think of, telekinesis, transportation, anything you can think of, you can do. And that's why the elite have to make sure that all these foods are basically damaging our pineal gland. They don't want supermen. They don't want people with super ability. They want to keep us dumb. And you know, I gotta tell you something. Do you really think these people would be in positions of power if we had our pineal glands working at 100%? They couldn't control us. They literally couldn't control us. They use low frequency music,
noise frequencies. So like the elites in Hollywood purposely orchestrating the music to suppress people's noise frequencies.
100%. Most people's heartbeat hits 72 beats per minute. So what they want to do is they want to match music that matches the heartbeat. And when they do that, they know they can subconsciously control people's mind. That's why, you know, a lot of music is negative. Like, I won't let my kids listen to certain music. Red is the color of sexuality. The first vowel in red is E. The first vowel in sex is E. E being the 5th letter, 5 being the number of sexual energy. Women who are listening, if you want to seduce people, wear the color red. That's why they have the woman in the movie The Matrix, the lady in red. If your pineal gland is not calcified, all the things you think.
Clones do exist. The people who I think are clones are.
Dr. Sebi said watermelons are a fake food. Dr. Sebi said watermelons are a fake food.
Legend of the watermelons, man. That be making
Mujer Casos de la Vida Real episode.
Copper, the metal of abundance. It's the 25th most abundant element in the Earth's crust. Copper helps bring forth abundance in the sense of attracting money, prosperity, and peace of mind due to its grounding abilities. Copper is also used to stimulate the flow of energy. It's able to magnify energy and vibration as well as help keep negative energy at bay. Tap in. We are using ancient technology in modern times. Copper, the metal of abundance. It's the...
This is really scary. A guy named Pavel Popov made one of the deepest holes in history. This Russian guy was digging for more than 19 years. And there are some crazy stories going on about this hole. 2 years earlier, they put a microphone in the hole and recorded it. When they listened to this audio, all they heard were people screaming. Everyone who heard the audio went totally crazy. Many locals claim that since the hole is there, the place is controlled by an evil force, and only those who lived there before the hole aren't going completely crazy. Intriguingly, an American scientist sought to unravel the mysteries of this enigmatic locale, placing another microphone equipped with a camera into the hole, and what he saw and heard drove him crazy. And the scientist said that after that experience, he started believing in God and he started going to church. Does this mean that hell is real? Let us know in the comments. This place drove so many people crazy, so the Russian government decided to close the area around the hole within 50 kilometers, and this place is now very heavily guarded that no one is able to get close to that hole. Because of lack of evidence, we can't prove anything. Those are all just rumors. However, there are photos of this hole, and they are mind-blowing. Just click share, then more, and finally photos. This is really scary. A guy named Pavel Popov.
This light is making my eyes like twitch. Man, this light is so bright. Might have to turn this off. Too bright, man. Too bright.
Be by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Have a baby by me, baby. The Earth is not a planet. It is the center of the universe. And no, not this universe where everything is millions, billions, and trillions of miles away. That is all fabricated. Now, this is a theory growing in popularity, and it supports the flat Earth theory, as it is based around the idea that the Earth is stationary. Everything around us is moving. This model of the Earth shows us that we are not as insignificant as we are taught we are. The current model of our universe shows us Earth to be an insignificant speck of dust in comparison to the universe that is 94 billion light years wide, when in actuality, everything revolves around us. Similar theories depict Earth as a realm, not an object, meaning that it has no edge and should be seen as a system environment. The sun and the moon are wirelessly powered through an electromagnetic field. I know to many this may sound ridiculous, as we have been taught since birth that we live in a solar system with other planets and galaxies. What if Earth is not what we think at all, and we know nothing of our true reality? The Earth is not a planet. It is the center.
I'm going to share something a little bit more woo-woo and esoteric than I normally do, and that is how I create with a lot of certainty. So when we think about our memories, right, things that happened in the past, those exist in our mind, right? We can visualize them, see them, even feel those memories. And the difference between those and what I call future memories are that we believe that they've happened. But when I go to envision my future memories, they exist on the exact same plane, state of consciousness as my past memories do. So the only thing that separates the past memory from the future memory is that I believe in them. So when I think about my future memories, things that happen in the future that I'm remembering now in the present, I inject a lot of belief. When I see it in my mind's eye, I'm like, that's done. It's like I've written a script in advance and now I'm getting to go and live it. The objection I normally hear to this is like, but wait, that's in the future, it hasn't happened yet. How do you know? Time is happening simultaneously all the time, right? Everything, everywhere, all at once. So once I envision the future memory in the present, that's me basically saying it's done. It's already happening. I'm just waiting to physically experience it in the 3D. Now, what will determine how quickly or how long it takes to experience this in the physical 3D is the amount of doubt I experience from the time that I have that vision and it manifesting. So when I have a vision of something happening, like me writing my book, I injected a ton of belief into that already having happened, and I continue to act in alignment with that thing happening. So the thing is beginning to happen very quickly. Agent, book publisher, emailing me, book proposal, right? However, if I had had the vision of me writing the book, publishing the book, and then I was like, oh, it's never gonna happen, right? Notice how much of a gap I'm creating now between me and the future. So closing the gap then between what I envision and what I experience in reality, right, as the world, this physical illusion that is life, right, will have everything to do with belief. And so all I need to do in my daily life is constantly expand and stretch what I believe in, right? And remember, all the beliefs you have anyways aren't even true. They're just things that you've created evidence to believe that they're true. Remember that beliefs are self-fulfilling prophecies. They are feedback loops. Just because you believe something doesn't mean it's actually true. However, if you strongly believe it, you will create evidence that reflects back to you that it must be true. So if you want something else to be true, you would have to believe in something different. I'm going to share something a little bit more woo-woo and esoteric than I normally.
Mudra that we finna use, everybody. Left hand, let me help you. Just for the sacral chakra. Left hand out, right hand inside. Touch your thumbs. You can sit down if you want to. You don't have to, because this isn't the root chakra, okay? The only time you're required to sit down is on that root chakra. Sit up, sit down or stand up. But long as your hands like this, close to your elbows out, shoulders square. Inhale, hold for 3 seconds. Exhale slowly. It's all about breath control.
Oh yeah, I breathe through his mouth. I breathe through my mouth. I don't really know what to do on that. Hey, y'all can. Alright, I'm skipping this.
We're going to explain all of that. You will find when some children are around you.
No, it's just, I want to keep it like, you know, informational. That's cool though. If you want to do that little meditation, do your thing, man. Do your thing, my boy.
If you're a male, when the male child is around you. If you're a female, when the female child is around you, you'll experience a strange buzzing in your right ear. And sometimes after they leave, you will think a bee is around, and you know a bee can't be around in the dead of winter. They are there to unlock certain powers within you, and when they're beginning to unlock, it's like a set that comes on, but the picture or the sound is not clear. So you get a little buzzing, and you whip at it. You'll see people doing this a lot. You watch, especially black people, and there'll be nothing around, and people will say they're crazy. They are not crazy. They are finally awakening. That energy that spirals in when the pineal is working will sometimes let you see flashes before your eyes. You see things flash and you're not quite sure whether it's a TV set, are you going crazy, or is something happening to you. You are awakening. When you hear it on your left ear, clear it up. There's problems. You should hear it on your right ear first, and then it should entrain and go around your head. When you do that, you will find that you can begin to remember things that you thought you forgot. Sounds will begin to come in your ear, and I'm saying S-O-N-G-S, that you might not have heard since the 40s, 50s, or 60s, depending on how old you are. That's why certain stations now are carrying the oldies but goodies. They are to awaken you and help your soul to tune into the best of what it is. The powers are fighting for you. You must then designate what you want to hear and tune out. Don't argue with the station. Tune out what you don't want to hear. Tune to what you do want to hear. You control your own set. So far, these children are not children at all. They were not put here for you to sacrifice, and this child didn't ask to come here, so I will sacrifice my life for the child. Don't be a fool. The child is here because it is here to teach you, and you're here to teach it. You can both learn. You're not here to sacrifice. Your life is too precious. Both of you are supposed to understand it may be your worst enemy that is now born amongst you. And it may be your best friend. It may have been your husband or wife. It is not at all a new soul, because any soul coming in since 1985, really I would say 1980, is an old soul. They are here to fight, but in a way that you don't even understand. They are here to reawaken you, to help get guidance, and they all must be centered. You cannot leave those souls alone. They did not come here to be left alone. If you leave them alone, they will come into the maturity of the animal body and they will fight and kill. They have done it before, they will do it again. If you guide them, they will not be abused by computers, they master computers. In fact, it kicks in their neuron centers faster. The sounds that you hear on the air in rap, the rap is only the soul that is very angry, and it needs to be angry because it needs that strength of, again, the, the gland of fight and flight. Can't think of the gland right now I'm talking about. It needs that kind of a quickening and awakening. But it also needs a time for peace and quiet. And you will find once they go through that, they suddenly fall asleep, and they sleep very deeply, because that is also to bring balance. Children now are, again, your best friends, your worst enemies, or people in between, but they've known you before and you've known them before. When you conceived, both male and female, it was not an act of one. The way that you vibrated at the time of conception will bring forth the kind of soul that you called for at that time. If you were under drugs, the child will come through as a soul that could take that kind of vibration. If you were in love, the child will come through reflecting that manifestation, because that was what called it forth and made it tune in. If you were raped or you hated, it will reflect that. But whatever you had in your seed and in your womb and in your ovum and in the sperm cell, that is what soul was called forth at that time. But mark my word, none of these children are weak. These children are strong beyond belief, and they can take things that you could not take. That's why they chose this time of birth. They can be very good, they can be very bad, but they are not weak. They are strong. They were here for the final countdown. How you feed that child, both in the womb and after it sits at your table, will also help to either mellow that soul and help it to turn its frequency upward, or devastate that soul and help it to turn its frequency downward. The battle for melanin-carrying children is on this planet. That's why you had the Atlanta child murders. That's why you had the penis tips of the boys cut off, as I talk about in the melanin wars, to extract the best form of orchic secretion and melanin to help enhance for the soulless ones, again, their ability to fight off diseases and imbalances brought on by the frequency change of our planet. You must protect them. What are the rewards of sharing your life with a child? The child may help you to live longer or increase the quality of your life by giving you that blend that you need. You'll be able to tell, because a nurturing child will, even when you chastise it, quickly try to get past that, get on your good side, and get on with the real things at hand. Whippings and spankings may help deter that child, but they will take those slaps as though you didn't give them. They are strong. But if you can combine that with the thought of love while you give it, they know right from wrong, and you will help that quality side of the soul to manifest before the other side is brought out. All children born with melanin are precocious. They learn faster. We're going to explain all of it.
He got, I don't know who this is, but I'm going to have to check him out, man. I'm going to check out some of his own.
Do you know about that aquatic worm that infects grasshoppers?
Medusa is actually real. In the hushed halls of a top-secret laboratory in 2023, scientists stumbled upon a discovery that shook the world. Meet Dr. Emily Grant, a passionate marine biologist with an insatiable curiosity for myths and legends. The azure depths of the Mediterranean Sea is where our tale unfolds. Dr. Grant, with her team, had embarked on a mission to study ancient sea creatures believed to be long extinct. During the first few weeks, Dr. Grant's underwater excursions revealed nothing more than beautiful coral corals and elusive marine life. Days turned into weeks, but Dr. Grant, with burning determination, pressed on even as the final day of her expedition drew near. On what was supposed to be her last dive, a mysterious cave beckoned. Inside, she found an ancient stone carving resembling a woman's face with serpents for hair. Dr. Grant, intrigued, ventured deeper. Suddenly the walls shimmered, revealing hidden passages, each leading to a different discovery about Medusa's lore. As she turned a corner, a massive shadow loomed. The face, though stone, had eyes that seemed alive. Dr. Grant's heart raced. Realizing she was in the lair of the real Medusa, she swiftly swam towards an exit, narrowly escaping the stone gaze that had claimed so many. Back at her lab, Dr. Grant worked tirelessly, connecting the dots between the lore and her findings. The world watched in awe as Dr. Grant revealed that Medusa, once believed to be a mere myth, was an ancient creature whose DNA still lurked in some deep-sea creatures, causing petrification. But if Medusa's genes are still active, what else from ancient tales lurks beneath? Follow or subscribe for part 2. Medusa is actually real.
Our children are getting way too much fluoride.
There's a direct correlation between high levels of fluoride in drinking water and low IQs.
2/3 of children living in fluoridated communities have dental fluorosis in at least one tooth. Dental fluorosis is the visible manifestation of toxic overexposure to fluoride during their developmental years.
We're all on medication right now. Did you use toothpaste with fluoride today?
It says drug facts. I know it's a drug. If I were to give it to you, it'd have to be a prescription. When it comes to toothpaste, don't swallow. And if you do swallow, contact the Poison Control Center. That amount is 1/4 milligram. Well, that's the same amount of fluoride as what we find in 8 ounces of water. 1/4 milligram of fluoride, 1/4 milligram of fluoride. Don't swallow.
Why do they stick fluoride in our water? Many are surprised to learn that the fluoride used in our drinking water is actually a byproduct of aluminum and other metal production processes.
Raw aluminum doesn't come all perfect and soft. It needs to be chemically processed and broken down. And this produces a lot of highly toxic chemicals, like fluoride. And we're not talking about the natural fluoride that occurs in caves and stuff.
Hydrofluorosic acid does not occur in nature. It's a man-made molecule. And it eats through concrete, glass, stainless steel, fiberglass, plastic.
Chemically this afternoon in Rock Island.
Hazmat crews were called to the Rock Island Water Treatment Plant. The chemical hydrofluorosilicic acid is used to add fluoride to the plant's water.
The chemical was so strong it was burning through the concrete there.
Now the fact that they have to wear hazmat suits like that to clean up something that they're putting in the water, this is all for dental health, right? The biggest red flag to me is the idea that the US government cares that much about dental health. For anyone interested to hear more, check out Evil Food Supply. They have a great documentary on this. That's actually where I got some of the clips for this video. Okay. TikTok, we all know that fluoride is safe and approved by the FDA.
Our children are getting way too much fluoride.
I like that video. He went more in depth right there. Like I knew fluoride was like, you know, messing up pineal glands, but I didn't know it was that bad. Dang. Do some more research, huh?
Promise y'all, the Illuminati hit me up and they was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, pass. It was like, we got you. I was like, pass. That's like something that a lot of people probably would jump at. And I don't know how deep that stuff go, but.
How was that asked? How was that opportunity presented?
You want to be down with this secret society? You want to be down with us? Basically, it was like, they mean business. They were like, they wanted me. They seen something, I don't know, but.
Like a person approaches you about this?
Yeah.
It's not something sent in a DM type of thing?
Nah.
Are there repercussions for turning it down?
I don't think so, nah. I'm a positive person. I attract positive things to me, so.
And you chose not to join because?
I don't,
You passed
I don't want to be a part of something that I don't understand. I promise y'all, the Illuminati hit me up and they was like, yeah.
Alright, y'all, man. We almost...
A crazy conspiracy theory about Biden's chin is everywhere after an interview of him on Air Force One. This one's pretty bizarre. So, Joe is in Israel right now, and he's been giving speeches and meeting with foreign leaders. Footage coming out so far have been good. He's actually pretty coherent this time. But this one video on Air Force One is really weird. He kind of moves in slow motion. The video that I'm showing right now is not slowed down or anything. That was actually the live broadcast. and something definitely looks off with his chin. It kind of looks like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, but people are saying that that's not what his chin normally looks like, and chins don't change that much. So here's the crazy part. Some believe that that is not the real Joe Biden, and it's just someone wearing a mask. And it's not just a few people. There are thousands of tweets on Twitter discussing this. Some say it's a body double masquerading as Biden, so that there are no gaffes on this important foreign visit. Look, I like conspiracy theories, they're fun, but this one is just a bit too far for me. A crazy conspiracy theory about Biden's chin.
Like Peter Griffin. That was funny.
Zeus ain't
Matthew Perry. That. Oh.
If I put my
Has somebody ever told you that's not very spiritual of you when you react badly? That just shows how many people think spirituality is all love and light, but it's not. Your dark side is just as spiritual as your light side. What causes your bad reactions is just your shadow side, which is the side of you that you repress the most due to trauma. And even the most enlightened have a shadow. So being a love and light will put you in an ego trap because that is simply not true. Spirituality is all about balance. Your shadow is an essential part of your spiritual journey, for it is the subconscious aspects of you that call for integration. If you were a kid who expressed themselves creatively and painted the walls, but then you got yelled at by your parents, your shadow will show you that when you have fear of expressing yourself as an adult, because it's trying to protect you from being yelled at and rejected again. By integrating your shadow, you show it that there's nothing to be afraid of, and you'll have a newfound confidence to express yourself again. This is why loving, understanding, and validating your dark side is so important. Next time someone tells you that, send them this video. If you want to reach your highest spiritual potential, check out the top of my page for more.
Oh, did you see ASAP? These people. Oh no. And they pretend like he's still, you know, lucid.
Living, yeah.
Look, and they take him and see these executives. They look at him like, I got an idea, and they put him on puppet strings. See. And the theory is like this shit actually happens.
Yeah.
Like, look, he's on a string. They're using him to still make money because if a rapper dies, how are they still gonna get rich?
What the fuck?
So they go out, and what do? They clone him.
Oh no.
Because technology is so advanced that eventually they will be able to clone people. Look. See? And they turn him into him. Yeah. And then we don't know the difference.
Yeah. Holy fuck. So Meek Mill was cloned.
Doug, look at him. Oh, did you see A$AP Rocky's new video?
Yo, now that was crazy. I know A$AP Rocky. I gotta see that video. I gotta find that, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Alright, guys. We're gonna go on and end it off right there, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that video right there. Alright. I'm sending peace, abundance, good health. I hope you guys have an abundant day today. Make sure you get out in nature. Okay, the sun is out. Hopefully the sun is out where you is at. Cause I know I'm about to get out there and get in some sun. And get in that grass, man. But yeah, get out there in nature, man, for sure. And hit the gym if you can. Take you a walk. Yeah, have an abundant day today, man. Make sure you get some fruit in also. Okay? And again, peace. See you guys in the next one.